All right, let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the final YooperFarmer Cigar Garage Talks of 2021. How the hell's everyone doing? I'm doing great. Glad to have you here and sharing this special edition, this New Year's year in review. Very special, celebrating the end of 2021. I'm pulling out all the stops tonight. So first we have, focus in there, Project 40 from Alec Bradley, the experimental series. Hang on to this cigar for a little bit. Had some other plans for it, but I was like, you know what? Forget that. I was going to do another episode about experiments and whatnot and smoke the cigar, but nah, let's smoke her up now. The drink tonight, we have a fun little pairing. It's back, our favorite, Dragon's Milk from the New Holland Brewing Company. This is the original one. This is not that reserve new one they have out there, which in my opinion is not very tasty at all. This is the original Dragon's Milk. The one that got me thinking that barrel age was a good thing for beer. Look at that beautiful head. Give her a taste. Not bad, not bad. And to go along with it, we brought out its little brother, Beer Barrel Bourbon. That's right. The barrels they age the beer in. I even have my special New Holland glass. Might as well, right? Pulling out all the stops for tonight. But the barrels they use to age the Dragon's Milk beer, isn't that beautiful? They then age their bourbon in it. Delicious stuff. Big fan of both. Not a huge bourbon fan, but cheers. Oh, that is tasty. And of course, you have to finish out the year with the ever wonderful chocolate chip pudding bread. Really glad I found this stuff. It's quite delicious. Hopefully it can stay a long-lasting tradition here on these channels and these videos. It is worth it. So, let's do a little year in review. Last 12 months, shall we? Lots of going on, lots of happenings. One, if you remember, not too long ago, we celebrated our 1-year anniversary of the Cigar Talks. 1 year of the channel being very active, posting at least once a week. We're able to get a few. We're still working on getting maybe more than one a week. I'm working on some ideas for next year. There's ideas of doing a storytelling hour, not EMS, just regular stories. I do like to write my own fiction. It probably won't be very good, but it'll basically me doing a story, like a fire story or an oral story hour. Still trying to see if I can do the how-tos. I might start working some EMS classes and other classes. Maybe have a Learning Wednesday or something, a Safety Wednesday, huh? Do some EMS safety, emergency preparedness, maybe some farm classes. Get some knowledge out there, right? Instead of just me babbling on to myself in my garage or out on my deck. I am missing the deck talks. I'm very excited, though. I'm really loving this. I'm loving just sitting down, talking to myself, enjoying a cigar, getting my thoughts out there, looking forward to it every week, actually. You can ask my wife. I really do look forward to coming out and shooting these videos and putting them online. As of the recording of this video, we have a grand total of 36 subscribers. Awesome, super, love it all. I'm definitely able to keep up in the comments, which is great. Again, I don't do this because I want to retire as a YouTuber or make lots of money or have a huge entourage of fans. I do it because I have fun with it. It's a good stress reliever, gets my thoughts out, and gives me an excuse to go out to my garage, have a cigar, have a wonderful beer. And it's done great. Loads of good, lots of good in my life this last year to just get out, right? Get out, have a cigar, relax a little bit. Highly recommend everyone should find something like this, something where you can just get out on your own, collect your thoughts, maybe do something creative. Yeah, just put it out there. Maybe you will be the next large YouTuber, right? Take over the internet with storm. Who knows? But for me, I love my 36 subscribers. It's nice. It's nice to know there are people out there watching. But again, I like to do this for me. So what else has been going on the last 12 months? Well, as you know, I haven't been addressing it much in this channel because I'm getting sick and tired of hearing it. But the good old beer flu is still raging on. We're now on to a few different variants going through. We've all had it. I'm pretty sure we had both the Alpha strain and the Delta strain. I can't confirm the Delta strain. We didn't go in and get tested for it. We just were already kind of isolating because we homeschool. But the symptoms do line up. A lot milder, of course, like with reinfections can be. And it could have just been we got the flu or some other bug. Again, I didn't really care to go get tested. The knowledge would have done me no good at all. Because we had no plans to go anywhere for 14 days. We're in the middle of homeschooling. And again, we weren't going to be going out to see people or visit people. So we didn't really care to get tested. But I'm pretty sure running the signs and symptoms and what we're going through, we got the Delta strain, which is going, even through vaccinated people are getting the different strains. So I'm not really worried about it. Also, kids are doing great in school. They had a pretty good summer. We did a lot of traveling around and seeing the different sites, visiting the different tourist attractions and whatnot. We went to a number of the state parks, actually. Not as many as I wanted to, but it's one of those things. We usually do plan out, 6-8 trips, with the understanding we're probably going to get 4, give or take 4 to 6 of them, depending on what's going on. And we definitely hit our minimum of our 4, which was nice. It's great to get out, have fun with the kids, see the different sites in the UP. It's amazing how many people live in a state and don't even go see the tourist attractions. My kids ran their own business this summer. Super excited for them. It was part of their school project. They learned about entrepreneurship, so their school project was to design a business, and they did just that. So they sold jams and jellies at farmers markets, also some hats and whatnot. And the idea was, we told them that money was going to go towards a trip to Disney World. Well, we didn't expect them to do very good at it all. We figured they'd sell a few $100s worth. Mom and Dad would pitch in the rest, and that money would just go towards some bigger expense. They wanted to build their own lightsabers while they're at Disney World or something like that. Well, they earned, in one summer, and only about 2 months of that, we didn't do the full 5 months of the farmer's market. In just 2 months, they earned 60% of the cost to a trip to Disney for a family of 8. Just blown away, absolutely blown away that they were able to do that. Super excited for them. They were great salespeople. They made great product. They had people who searched out their product. And many people who are asking them to make sure to come back next year, which we will be. So it looks like, even if we have half as many sales, the kids will have 100% with the farmer's market paid for their trip to Disney, which is unbelievable to me. I never thought we'd even come close to that, but it definitely We got a lot of good comments. A lot of people were very impressed with us that we're making our kids do that. Even if it was just for some spending money. You know, they talked about how they had, paid for their kids to go to Disney. They didn't appreciate it as much. And you can tell from talking to my kids, they're going to appreciate every moment of it because, again, they earned it. They deserved it. So that was pretty cool. Finished it off real strong again. Lots of plans to expand our product line. Here pretty soon we're going to start making a lot of our product, get a lot of jams and jellies pre-made throughout the winter so we can sell them come spring and summer. What else happened during the year? Oh, we got our chickens and turkeys. I believe I talked in an earlier video that we had the first flock of chickens decimated by a pack of foxes or a den of foxes. And 2 of our turkeys got killed out of the 4. We've since reinforced all the coops, put up some electric fences, built a much better enclosure. The coops themselves were pretty bulletproof. It was they got into the enclosure is how they were able to breach the other chicken coop I had. So we kind of learned from that. We tried trapping the fox all summer long. Turns out I am definitely a water trapper. I am not a land trapper. I was not able to get a single fox. Oh well, it happens, of course. It happens to the best of us. We couldn't get those silly fox. But interesting though, my daughter is the champion of raising turkeys. The 2 turkeys that survived, she got up to butcher weight. And drum roll, please. The first turkey was 29 pounds dressed. So that's defeathered, gutted, put into the oven. It weighed 29 pounds. The second one was 27 pounds. Just blown away at the size of those birds. They were humongous. So, big question is, are we going to do turkeys again? Small answer, I don't know. Maybe. We've had a couple of family and friends ask if we do turkeys, that they'll buy some off of us. It's possible if we do that, we're not going to raise them as long. She actually had them up to butcher weight, I believe within like 3 to 4 months. They were pretty aggressively at butcher weight. And so keep feeding them. You might add a few ounces here and there, maybe a pound or 2, but as far as a revenue thing, you're kind of at your max. So we don't know. We're definitely going to get some more chickens. We're enjoying rotating our stock in and out. So we're going to get some more chickens or more chicks to replace our current chickens and just keep a nice rotation going. Currently we have Americanas. It's kind of fun to have blue eggs. I'm excited for this summer. I think the kids might be able to get a kind of a niche market with their blue eggs because no one else sells blue eggs. Most of them are just doing the reds, which is cool. That should help them sell out of their eggs a lot more, generate a little more revenue for their Disney trip. We have a rabbit horde that we're breeding out. A lot of breeders for our rabbits. We have a rabbit barn that I built. Doing really good. We have not had any litters. We do not plan on having any litters throughout the winter. Just because that's really not safe and not smart. This is our first winter wintering the rabbits. We're learning a lot, of course, every week about what works, what doesn't work. So maybe next year we can do the year-round litters, but we're not quite there yet. But the rabbit is tasty, tasty, tasty. All the kids do seem to like it. I enjoy it. So if nothing else, it's a good source of protein. We are looking for that prepper side, that more homesteader, self-sufficiency side. We're looking at weaning some of our rabbits off pellets and trying to feed them more of a forage diet. A lot of risk to that, a lot of stuff, research we had to do and stuff we had to look up. If we can get it to work, it should be pretty cool. If not, well, that'll be unfortunate. We can switch them back to pellet though, and they'll be fine. As far as the homestead goes, our garden did okay. We are definitely going to modify what we plant, holding up to my family's tradition. The zucchini took over the entire garden, so I don't know if we'll plant as much or any zucchini next year. But we did get some good rutabaga and lettuce and carrots and a little bit of corn out of there, not much. I think we're going to switch gears and do more potatoes, tomatoes, some pumpkins, and sunflower seeds. Really interested in getting a nice sunflower seed patch going. I didn't know how versatile the sunflower plant was, how much you could actually use and make of it. You can make flour out of the stalks. That really interests me. I really enjoy plants that do that have such a wide use. Up until 1 month before winter, our 4 apple trees were doing great, and then suddenly 2 of them died off. We still have 2. I'm hoping they can survive the winter. We're definitely going to plant more apple trees. I believe we're going to plant a lot of the harder fruit-bearing trees coming up here real soon. I'm really getting the itch there to get some of the trees going, to get some hard fruit, cherries, apples, maybe pears or peaches. We're not sure yet. So I'm hoping I can get those planted in next year. We're definitely planning pretty hard on that. I'm also toying with the idea of doing a cereal garden. So wheat, barley, maybe some corn, but more specific. So we did some decorative corn and some popcorn and some fun stuff. Just doing the traditional corn. I'm not sold on that. I really want to do the wheat and the barley. Get those cereal crops growing. I'm going back and forth where we're looking at putting them. The ground needs a lot of amendments to it. A lot of fertilizer will be needed. We might switch some chickens over there because it's not great soil. And I don't know if we were to plant some sort of cereal crop, I'm afraid it will die off right away. So we're looking at it, we're debating it, trying to plan out how we can do that without killing our yard and having it become a big dust bowl. Not that I want grass, of course, but I don't want a big dead dust bowl or sand pit like that. That's just not cool. Definitely going to take the kids out fishing more next year. We really didn't do it as much as I wanted to this year. Name your reason, one thing after another kept coming up. We just didn't really get out as much as I wanted. Hoping that'll change. And really let the kids experience a little fishing. We tried panning for gold. We got tons of black sand. No gold flakes, though. We're going to keep trying next year. I might call in a buddy of mine who has done some professional gold panning. He knows how to do it quite well. Excuse me. Call him and see if he can show my kids how to pan for gold. No big projects really planned. We got a lot of flooring done in the house to help my wife's allergies, and they're really helping out. It did great. It was a huge undertaking, but I'm proud we did it because it really helped her. And helped all of us. There was some sort of allergen. The house we bought, I think I've talked about, the people were massive smokers. They had nasty dogs. I think they just let piss and shit everywhere. Plus, we had a break in the sewer line that was malicious. Someone had done it on purpose. Again, I'm pulling up carpet and finding nastiness under it every time I do it. Hoping we can continue that trend, get some more, change out some more flooring, get rid of some of the nasty carpet. And I think it'll just really help improve the air quality in our house. We are looking really hard at some sort of wood-fired heating device for the house as a backup system. It's a pain in the ass. It really is. If it's an indoor wood system, we need to build a chimney. Outdoor, we need to break out the old credit cards and checkbooks because it's going to be expensive. I am looking at trying to get some sort of wood heat in my garage, the current garage I'm in, because I have to wear two jackets to stay comfy. I'd like to have some sort of wood heat in there, but there is the risk, of course, because there is gas and oil and other flammables in here. Plus, again, I'd have to install a chimney, which I'm not excited about. I do not like poking holes in roofs. I really wish there was a way you could vertically exhaust a wood-fired stove, but I know there isn't. But I do have to, in my garage, get some ventilation going. I've found out there is almost no airflow throughout this garage. So a lot of the smoke, even my cigar smoke, gets trapped in here for almost a day. So get some ventilation. I also want to insulate the roof of my garage and put in some air vents, some ridge vents, and some what are those called? Basically we get some good airflow going through the roof of the garage to help with ice damming, and again, kind of help insulate this out, make it a little bit nicer of a space to use. I do get the impression that the guy who owned this was not a craftsman of the garage, shall we say. It was more of a form of storage and function of parking your car. It was not a place where he went and did a lot of projects and work. In comparison, I do tons and tons and tons of projects. I'm constantly pulling the cars out to build something or break something or make something. So I want to make this space more usable for doing projects, make it more comfortable, make it easier to work in here. It'll come along. I don't know how much this, of course, doing any projects in the garage takes a very low priority to making the house more livable and nicer, of course, the living quarters. So we'll see what happens there. Again, that's my big hope plan, right? You talk about that. You have your gotta do goals. That's my dream goal, is to redo the garage a little bit. That is good bourbon. If you haven't had the beer barrel bourbon, that is tasty stuff. Let's see, any other good updates? Kids are doing great in school. My two oldest are starting to do pre-college prep work so they can start early college. Very excited about that. They will be able to hopefully get an associate's degree's worth of credits before they graduate homeschool. So they will start college, start life already with an associate's that then they can transfer over. We are looking at the rule I have for them graduating. They have to be able to play an instrument. They have to have some sort of licensed trade. Then they have to know how to shoot straight and know how to make meat. So what does that mean? They, for making meat, they either have to know hunting or rearing of animals. We're pretty good on that. They know how to raise animals. Both my oldest son and daughter know rabbits and chickens. They could be given chickens, they could be given rabbits, and they could have their own food supply that way. Shooting straight, they're doing pretty good. Bows, actually, they are loving bows. We're gonna get them out to the rifle range more though, and start teaching them how to be a little more effective with the firearms. Although that's getting super expensive. And then a musical instrument and a trade. A lot of people ask, well, why are those your 4 criteria? Well, if times get tough and they lose their job, to have a trade to fall back on. I don't care if it's barber, locksmith, welder, EMT, I pray to God none of them go that route. Times get tough, you'll always have a job in the trades. You'll easily be able to find some sort of work, something to put some money in your pocket and hopefully keep a roof over your head. Shooting straight, if times get even tougher, while making meat, times get tough, you can always raise some animals for food. And that kind of goes in hand with shooting straight. You can always go hunting to get some food. If times get really, 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 really tough, you go find yourself a used keyboard or a used guitar. You go sit your ass on a street corner and play some music and put out a hat. That way they are, in my opinion, financially secure. They have some way of making revenue, making money, making a living, putting some food in their stomach and a roof over their head. If the trades don't work, they can go hunt some food. If that ain't going so speller, they can go sit on a street corner, play some tunes, make a couple of bucks. That's a slow thing with us. We're slowly working that into their curriculum for the older two. My daughter wants to do the guitar. My son is not really sure. He's looking at the keyboard, actually, which I support. Let him play the keyboard. He kind of tried the guitar. It really wasn't his thing. So we might try introducing him to a few other instruments. Again, sit on a street corner, play an instrument. When I lived in Maryland for a while, the guys who played music, their hats were and cups were always more full than the people who just had snappy signs to put out. So long story short, they're getting there. They're getting towards their graduation. Requirements for homeschooling. Scary enough, my son should be starting driver's ed next year. I am totally fearful of that. As a nervous wreck of a parent, which I should be. That's my right, damn it. But I'm excited. That'll be good for him to have some freedom, use the car. That'll be really good for him. Other year in review stuff, we're basketball, cheerleading's going great. The kids are getting into RPGs, role-playing games, Dungeons and Dragons, Zombicide is the new one we're playing. Battletech, of course, Mech Warriors, they're loving that stuff. Which I fully support. That really gets their creativity going, allows them to think a little more abstractly, and is a lot more wholesome than a lot of other entertainment out there. My oldest daughter is actually mere a day, maybe hours away from finishing her first book, which will hopefully get published out here. My middle daughter is doing a cookbook, and my younger middle daughter is doing a joke book. We're hoping that's, again, the revenue from that will go towards Disney. I'm super excited for them. They put in a lot of effort, a lot of work. It was a big grind, but they did it. They persevered. They conquered that challenge, which I'm super happy for them. I could not be happier. As far as my wife, she's doing great. She's still teaching college classes, writing some books. It's kind of fallen a little bit by the wayside. Hopefully, though, we can kind of give her a kick in the booty and get her back to writing some of her nonfiction, her fiction books, which will be good. For myself, I'm still working for the state. It's going all right. But pretty soon here, that contract or that grant will be running out. So I'm looking towards the horizon, starting to plan what to do next. I'm not 100% sure. I know what I want to do. I want to open up a brewery. And then maybe even open up a distillery. I've had the opportunity to distill some of my home brews, and they've turned out delicious. I'm really hoping I can get that to work. I work for myself, be my own boss. For those of you who know me, you're like, oh, here we go again. Yeah, I know. I've had many failures being my own boss. I'll admit it. Not too proud to admit that, yeah, I've had a lot of failures in that department. But each one I've learned something. I built on it. Very few entrepreneurs are successful right out of the gate. They'll have plenty of failures. So, yeah, hopefully I can get it to work. If not, I'm going to keep looking for other gigs, other jobs for when the state one runs out. I am enjoying it. It's a stay-at-home position, which has been a huge paradigm shift, not to travel 20, 30, 40 an hour to your work site, and to just be home. If your kids need something, if your wife needs something, I'm here. I can take care of it. But yeah, good year. I know a lot of people have been fearful of this year and hating this year, and I keep seeing the memes. Those of us who are trying to make peace with 2019, realizing that 2022 is staring them down the barrel of the gun. Do your own year in review. You know what? I think you might find that there was a lot more good stuff you can pull off of this year. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. You can call spades on me. Say I'm a liar. But you might be surprised if you actually sit down and listen. Do a video like this. This one's getting long. I'm up to 30 minutes already. Which is cool. I don't mind. Hopefully you can all get out there and you can find the good that happened in 2021. I do like the memes and the jokes, how next year is 2020 Part 2, or 2020 TOOO2. I don't tend to look at it that way. I don't think 2021 was a horrible year. I know some people say it dragged. Some people say it was gone in a flash. Some people say they're still processing. That's unfortunate. I hope you can really look at the year for what it is and go into next year and be in the moment. Enjoy the moment. Make everything you can of it. Do the impossible. Try something new. I had someone asked me, why you do way too much. Well, maybe I do. Very much I teach my kids, if you find yourself saying, well, I want to, well, then do it. Do it. I want to work with wood. Well, here's a block of wood. Have at it. I want to work with metal. Here's a forge. You make it home for $20. Go out and do it. Again, maybe I'm in the minority. Maybe I'm a horrible person for this, but I did not mind 2021. The only reason I'm glad to see it go is because I'm excited for what's to come. I'm excited for what's going to come next and what's going to happen next. But I always am. I'm always looking forward to the next year. How can I improve upon myself, on my family? What can I do better? What do I want? What goals do I have? This is a video actually I'll probably look at in June. Maybe I'll do a recap in June. Bust out some more delicious combinations to really appreciate the year. Take stock. What did I have planned? How close did I get to the plan? I know this fall I was tearing through my office and I took a training where they wanted you to do 5-year plans. It was a death and dying class, and it was amazing to see what I thought was important. Where I thought I'd be in 5 years, and then where I actually was, how much actually happened, how much didn't happen. Kind of coincidental, when I found that one of the things that was on there was, go to Disney with your kids. Well, guess what that spurred? My kids starting a business. Planning and saving for Disney. Find out they're really good entrepreneurs. They're good at running a business. So do it. Do a 5-year plan. Make one of these videos. Put it away someplace safe and set a reminder to watch it later and see how you're doing. See how the years panned out and how you're doing keeping up with those resolutions and goals and plans. And if you're not doing great, well, damn it, get back on track. Keep doing it. Keep going. So anyway, this is getting long. I highly doubt anyone's actually going to watch and finish this video, which is fine. Again, I do this because it's for me. It's my enjoyment. I am totally relaxed right now, actually, after a stressful week. Kind of having fun with it. So anyway, I hope to see you all in 2022. We're kicking off January with Mental Health Month. It's not actually, January's not Mental Health Month, but I'm going to be doing a bunch of mental health videos, pointers, looking at EMS specifically, and just in general talking about mental health, giving some tips and secrets and stories, and just some good morale also, and some advice. Why not? You know what? It's as much for me as it is for you. So I hope everyone's staying safe out there, and you have a wonderful 2021, and cheers. Here's 2022. It's here. Love it, leave it, hate it. It's still coming whether you want it or not. So be safe out there, and we'll see you on the next one.